Yo, what's good guys, VENM here back from the video, and today me bringing you guys another run defense that I found in Madden 21. This formation has been semi-popular in stopping the run. I'm going to show you guys my favorite setups against dive and stretch, how to shoot it, blow it up in the backfield, so stay tuned for that. But before we get into the video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We just hit 9,000 subscribers. We are now on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so if you're enjoying the videos, make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. And yeah, let's just jump straight into it. So the defensive playbook we are in today is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs defensive playbook. I've been dropping tons of schemes on it. It's pretty much what everybody's running. An ultimate team. You got 3-3-5, you got nickel normal, you have the dollar 3-2-6, and then you got a couple of 3-4-4-3 sets. So multiple defense I do think is better, but you don't have that in ultimate team, so I'm not going to show something that you can't use in ultimate team. So let's just jump straight into it. The formation we are in today is the 4-3 even 6-1. Now this is a formation that was put into the game a little bit of halfway through last year, and it is very good this year. So I'm going to show you guys my setups. First things first, you're going to be using these two safeties. Again, it just really does depend on what side they are running to. Also, make sure you do have a fast linebacker right here, because part of the times he'll be shooting through the gap. And then as far as these guys on the edge, you just want to have some good tackling type linebackers, good block shed. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's just jump straight into it. The play I like to come out in is this Mike Will blitz. You could also pretty much actually run this out of any play. You could also run it out of the Sam Will blitz, whatever you want. Cover one, middle linebacker blitz. I just run it out of Mike Will blitz. Again, doesn't really make too big of a difference. And like I mentioned, I'm just going to be running just a basic halfback dive first, and then we'll jump into a little bit of a stretch. Alright, here we are in the halfback dive. The adjustments are actually very simple. What I like to do, first things first, you're going to blitz all your linebackers. You want Khalil Mack there. He's not on a blitz. He's actually manned up. You need him on a blitz. It's going to be better against the run rather than being manned up, especially when he's one of your best players. So just blitz all linebackers, and then the next thing you do is you're going to slant D-line to the left. So you want to slant your D-line to the left so that this player, Roquan Smith, gets a better angle, and you will also see why a little bit more later. But pretty much you're shooting with this player, so if I were to shoot the gap and I wasn't slanted to the right, then pretty much I would get picked up by the right guard every time, and this linebacker would get picked up by the center. So that's just the reason why I do that. Something I also like to do is just go ahead and press my defense as well. You could always, shade outside, shade over the top as well. Again, those are just sort of extra steps, but I feel like it makes the run defense a little bit more intimidating. And yeah, pretty much you're just going to shoot with your safety right here. So we will just go ahead, run the play, boom, right there. Eddie Jackson unblocked, and he is going to just be able to bring you down in the backfield. Eddie Jackson's not, the best safety in the game. He is a high overall safety, but he doesn't have speed. He's more of a zone coverage guy, so it's not like I'm using Jamal Adams or a 99 overall safety. I'm using Eddie Jackson, who you don't need, all the speed in the world to be able to shoot gaps this year. So again, that setup was just blitz all linebackers, which is D-pad to the right, right stick down, and then I just went ahead, slanted my D-line to the left, which is D-pad to the left, right stick to that left side. And then what I did is I just pressed, shaded over the top, and then I like to shade outside so that slot cornerback is actually aligned better, and also that outside corner is just directly aligned. I feel like that looks cleaner and it plays better. So again, you see with our user, it's very important that you shoot the gap, because if you don't, then Roquan will just get blocked by the center, and then nobody will bring him down in the backfield. If I wanted to get Roquan to come free, something that I could do is just hover over the center and engage, but sometimes that gets messy and it doesn't exactly work all the time. But look at that, boom, you just get a full head of steam, and you're able to completely blow that up in the backfield. Very simple, but very effective. If you want a way to get somebody out of the run, this is a way to very effectively get somebody out of what they are doing. As far as the run goes, just because once they run the ball one time, they run that dive one time, they see you just completely annihilate them in the backfield for a 5-yard loss. They're going to be out of that run very quickly. So again, setup, blitz all linebackers, slant left, press, shade out. Again, the shade outside, the shade over the top, and the press stuff is all extra. But you just don't really want to get quick hitched, quick slanted, whatever the case may be. But I'll show it just a couple more times here. Look here, we're just going to shoot right through it. Now, that time I actually messed it up, and the reason I did that was because I was too close to the line of scrimmage, so that's 100% my fault, and that is one of the things that you actually don't want to do. Most people would think being closer, you can bring them down in the backfield for a bigger loss. That's actually not the case, because if you're too close, you will actually get picked up by the O-lineman, so that was my error right there, but again, I'll show it right here. Just able to blow them up in the backfield like that. And again, you saw the play where I ran closer, it was less effective. Where I'm further away, it is a lot more effective. And again, it's a very simple setup. It's not like it's 25 adjustments, spy this player, spy that player. It's really relatively simple, and you see even a slower safety like Eddie Jackson, I think he's 85 speed, is able to completely blow that up in the backfield. But with that being said, let's just go ahead and hop into our stretch defense now. Alright, moving on to our stretch defense. The good thing about these run defenses that I'm talking about, or this run defense, is that a lot of times in the past I have come out in a play, but I've had different adjustments for a stretch or a dive. But the good thing about this one is that it's actually the exact same adjustments for both stretch and dive, which is very helpful on the player, because normally you're not going to know if someone's running a stretch or a dive, so it's difficult to really tell unless your opponent only motions when he's running stretch or things like that. So this is going to be a lot easier on people. It's less brain power, and again, you're just going to slant to the left, blitz all linebackers, doesn't matter the order, but in this one, you're not going to shoot up the middle. Obviously, it's an outside run, so you're going to shoot to the right here, or again, if they do run it to the left, which I highly doubt they would, this player is actually going to be free every single time. So if they were to run a stretch to the left, Robert Quinn's going to be unblocked pretty much every time, and I'm sure that's something that you notice on the halfback dive actually, was that he was just completely unblocked every single time down the road. So if they end up flipping, your user's not over there, you're completely fine on that one. But let's just go ahead and run the stretch, and look at that, Eddie Jackson right there with the user, as well as Khalil Mack getting some decent pressure. Now again, the setup, slant to the left, blitz all linebackers. Now, if you want to get a little bit cute, what you could do is you could just go ahead, spy your safety, which will actually help against in the run game, especially if they're running stretch. One thing that does do is it's going to make it difficult to stop the pass, so you could always spy it if you're just completely selling out on the run. But if you have any doubts that they're passing the football, I would say don't make that adjustment, just run with your user. And again, abilities I recommend for this are Enforcer. That time I didn't even shoot it, but our spied safety is right there to make the play. Again, abilities I recommend are Enforcer or Secure Tackler. Again, I haven't even gone into my defensive abilities at all yet in Ultimate Team. I've only set up my offensive ones yet. It just costs so much training, so I don't even know how much AP, whatever, anything costs, but I know Secure Tackler is good. Again, so we'll set it up. Again, you guys already know the setup. We will just go ahead and run it. I'll try and show it a couple more times. Look at Khalil Mack, though. Khalil Mack, whatever abilities he has, he will absolutely demolish Evan Ingram one-on-one. Let's see. He has no outsiders. So no outsiders, I've noticed, is a very good ability this year. So if you are struggling against running the ball, that is a good ability to have. I would assume it's around 2 AP. But you see, just run it with Eddie Jackson. He's down in the backfield. You know, Saquon Barkley's going to Saquon Barkley, do Saquon Barkley type things, but you saw we made contact with him in the backfield, and unless they're using Barry Sanders and you're using a 70 overall Troy Apke, that really shouldn't happen to you online. And again, the thing is, I just always keep my user here because if they're running dive out of it, I can easily blow that up. If they're running stretch, I'm still in a good spot. So that's the thing. I'm always in a good position to stop both plays, and I don't have to completely move my player over to defend one thing, which is always a positive thing, especially in this game. Look at that. Eddie Jackson, again, we're making contact behind the line of scrimmage every time. There's really no move you could do there to avoid it. And again, if they were to flip the stretch run, which I can't really show because I'm just going against the computer here, Robert Quinn, he is coming through every time. I'll actually probably show the instant replay after this to show how Robert Quinn is, you know, coming through every single time. But again, you see it's very quick contact. You know, Khalil Mack is obviously helping us out, but even if he wasn't there, all he would need to do is actually just engage with the tight end, and we are good to go. So here I'm just going to show you what the blockers do, just a little bit of the blocking engagement, why I slide to the left. So the first reason I slant to the left is to open up Robert Quinn. We will slant to the left. Obviously, these players, they're already aligned. It's not like we have to spread our D-line or anything. They're already aligned, pretty wide set, and they are directly over those O-linemen, so I can just snap it. And you saw in the dive, if they were to cut back and dive to the left side, Robert Quinn's there. And look at the dive defense. Even I know this is a stretch run, so the blockers are sort of running to that right side, and they actually double team this player. But look at, you have two players shooting free. You have, Robert Quinn. And then you also have Roquan Smith right there, just absolutely insane. Two players coming free, but no, you have three players. So again, they did end up double teaming one player, Khalil Mack. You see he's getting the block shed, but I'm not really doing, any other extra adjustments besides those two. Our cornerback did get a shed there just in the man coverage. Not sure why. I think that's been a bug in single back wide trips for a while where that receiver just doesn't block. But again, he's not even affecting the play, so this wouldn't matter if it was against any formation. But absolutely crazy. You see, I'm not even doing anything with the safety. Normally, for stretch D, you would have to spy him or blitz him or whatever. But we just have so many people in the box that you'll get somebody out of the run very quickly. Now, I've been going against a lot of passers anyway, but this is still, even if you are playing a passer, it's a good play to have in your arsenal just because, you get somebody in a 3rd and 1, you get somebody at the goal line. This is a very easy play. 4th and 1, they just think, oh, it's an easy first down. I run halfback dive or stretch. Absolutely not. You come out here and you're able to just completely stop them. Look at that, shoot the gap. Eddie Jackson makes the tackle. And again, you can always click off there if you have enforcer or whatever the ability is. But yeah, it's pretty much going to wrap up the video. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and follow me on Twitter. Link will be first link in the description. Go check me out there for updates on my channel. Every time I post, I will tweet it out. But yeah, it's going to do it for the video. Peace. I'm out of here.